Chris Crone here today on Limitless TV, and we are talking about a pretty difficult conversation piece. We're talking about authenticity. I mean, we live in a world where we have some people that are authentic, and man, we live in a world filled with inauthentic people, some that don't even know it. So today we're going to explore what is authenticity, and then we're going to talk about what you can do to start representing yourself and becoming that super authentic human being, because we're craving to meet you that way. Before we talk about how to be authentic, it's important to learn what it is to be inauthentic. Sometimes inauthentic people, it's like they're wearing a mask, like this one. All right, inauthenticity, wearing a mask. Think for a moment about people pleasers. Are you a people pleaser? Because you know what? Here's what people pleasers do. They put on a mask. You don't really know what they like, and you don't always really know what they want because they're too busy being the chameleon that changes who they are, what they say, how they dress, and how they show up for your approval. They're trying to get something out of people. They're manipulative. And for me, a people pleaser is a liar because they're not being true to who they are. I also know someone that thinks that being a people pleaser is like one of the godly virtues. Like, no, I'm just trying to make everyone happy with rainbows and cupcakes. Listen, this is a lie. Being inauthentic is a lie. Changing who you are from who you truly are, that's the lie. And I used to be one of the biggest people pleasers out there. I was raised in a family with 8 other brothers and sisters, and my mom wanted me to be perfect. She wanted all her kids to be perfect and to show up perfect. And I started quickly developing this idea that didn't matter what was always right or wrong, I felt like I needed to say the right thing. If I did something wrong, I was scared to fess up, and I'd rather lie and say that I didn't do something wrong. And as I became an adult, people started recognizing that there were these inauthenticities with me, there were these problems. They kept using this word. Why aren't you more authentic? I'm like, huh? Like, does authentic mean honest? Because I think I'm pretty honest. Authenticity is very different and so much more than just being honest. So first of all, just take personal inventory. To what extent do you ever manipulate other people or even yourself by showing up different than it is true to who you are? Because if you can see that, then the next part of this video is going to make a lot more sense with what it really means to become authentic. And I'm going to share with you a specific formula that will help you shed the mask, help you take it off. Because on every mask, what we're really carrying around is our limiting beliefs. We've got ideas written on this thing that we want to project to the world. I'm perfect. I'm happy. Everything's awesome. Don't worry about me. Give me your money. There's all sorts of different messages that we're sending with these masks. And yet we live in a world today where people they're really sensitive about this topic of authenticity. Many struggle with knowing how to be what authenticity is, and we're willing to follow those who are authentic. So we're going to give you the breakdown and show you what it means and what you can do to take your mask off and become more authentic. Being authentic means being real. And a lot of people are like, well, what does that mean to be real? Be real with me. Who's real? I met my first real estate investor, and he started meeting people and telling me he's real, he's not real. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, what do you mean real? It's like, human being, I can pinch and touch him. He's like, no. He's putting on a facade. He wants us to believe a certain thing about him. He's projecting a certain presence. It's not real. Being real is a combination of sincerity and vulnerability. I'm going to say that again for you. Being real is a combination of sincerity and vulnerability. Sincere means that you're real and that you care. And it's not just all about you, it's the lack of ego, but the vulnerable part is the hardest part in our world today. It's the part that says, I'm willing to show you when I suck. I'm willing to show you when I'm awesome. I'm willing to show you when I'm sad. I'm willing to show you when I'm angry. People that portray something different than who they really are, that's what inauthenticity means. And to be real, there's a level of vulnerability that we're craving for. You look at social media and the posts that you're reacting to, often when they're heartfelt, it's from someone that is willing to just, it's like they're telling you who they really are, even if you might think less of them. Because being honest and truthful, while that's a part of it, they're also willing to allow you to see the mess that they've had in their life. That's like me telling you right now, in all of my real estate deals, I've had things go brilliant. But I've learned from things going really, really bad. I've made bad investments. At one point, I invested in gold and in oil and in trucking and even in certain real estate deals that didn't go bad. My worst one, my biggest bust in the Midwest was buying a tape of 300 homes at a 92% discount, thinking that I had just won the lottery and was going to make $10 million. And I lost $1 million to get that entire real estate debacle off of my hands. Real equals sincerity, caring, and vulnerability. And friends, you know what? That's what we want. We want to deal with real people. Real estate, for example, is something I'm hugely passionate about. It's a conversation of people and not structures. That's the real thing. That's the most real thing that is out there. So my invitation for you is to step into and to figure out, how do you take this and how do you take it off? How do you start seeing yourself the way you really are and representing yourself appropriately as you really are? Because when you do, you will make more friends, you will keep more friends, and you will influence more people. Best wishes. Be authentic. Thank you for watching today's video. I really hope that this helps you. And you know what? Drop some comments below. What are the things that you've tried that have helped you be more authentic? We would love to hear from you. Additionally, make sure you subscribe, because tomorrow, for example, we got a video that is all about overcoming embarrassment. I've got this 11-year-old daughter, and she'll stop living life and get stuck because she's embarrassed because of something that happened with a boy or at school or whatever it is. And as adults, we do the exact same thing, and embarrassment will step into shame. And when embarrassment and shame start holding you back in life, guess what? You're no fun to be around, you're stuck, and your life doesn't move forward the way that you want. That's what we're tackling tomorrow.